Hello, interwebs. I'm Incognito, and welcome to day 3 of Budget Bites, a month-long series dedicated to Hunger Action Month. For those who don't know, Hunger Action Month is a national campaign held every September by Feeding America to raise awareness and inspire action against hunger in America. In honor of Hunger Action Month, my sister and I have made a plan to spend less than half of our typical monthly budget on groceries, and we are trying to get by on no more than $150 for the entirety of September and donate what we manage to save to Feeding America at the end of the month. Now, some of you may notice that I've actually posted day 2 and day 3 on the same day, and that's because I actually filmed day 1 on the 1st, but it turns out editing is a lot harder than I thought it was, and it kind of took me a minute to figure it out, and I fell a little behind. Now that I've sort of got the editing part down-ish, I should be able to stay on track from here on out. At least that's the hope. So for day 3, I made a meal that I have come to know as garbage bread. I promise it's a lot better than it sounds. Essentially, it's just garlic bread topped with whatever meat you may have on hand and sprinkled with cheese. You can also add whatever sauce or other toppings you may have on hand, but we prefer ours pretty plain for the most part. The first step to making garbage bread is, of course, to make the garlic bread. Now, I am using the same recipe that I used on day 1. It's super simple. It is 2 tablespoons or 2 cloves of freshly minced garlic and 4 tablespoons of butter. I will repeat, 4 tablespoons, not 2, not 3, 4. I cannot stress this enough. I added some salt and some thyme and some oregano that I had in my pantry. This is not a necessity. I just think it enhances the flavor a little, but if you don't have them on hand, garlic and butter will taste just fine all on its own, I promise. I stuck my garlic butter in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds, and then I just mixed it up until it was all nice and incorporated, and then I stuck it in the refrigerator while I cooked my meat. I didn't put it in the video, but I also went ahead and preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit while I cooked my ground beef. I cooked it at a medium-high temperature. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until it was too late that I had not thawed my meat for long enough, and the center was still completely frozen, so I had to add a splash of water to the pot. This essentially just keeps it from burning while it cooks. Not that it did me any good, of course, because I didn't learn my lesson from yesterday, and I left my pot on the stove unattended to explode all over the place and make a mess. Yeah, true genius I am. Really using every last ounce of brain power that I have while I cook. Fortunately, after destroying my kitchen, I got to move on to the least messy part of garbage bread, which was buttering the garlic bread. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until it was too late that I was not in frame of my camera. Whoops. For what it's worth, I fixed it eventually. It took a minute, but I got there in the end. I always do. Once my garlic bread was buttered, I went ahead and added all of my ground beef and my cheese to the top of my garlic bread. This takes a minute, so I thought I would go ahead and give you another fact from Feeding America. So apparently last year alone, over 50 million people turned to food pantries and food banks for assistance, which I just think is really, really sad. I threw my garlic bread in the oven for 10 minutes. It doesn't take long because everything is already pre-cooked. And once that was done, I put it on a plate and served it. And that's pretty much it. Like I've said, I'm trying to raise $500 for Feeding America. If you are able and willing to donate, I'm putting a link in the description, and I would really appreciate it. If you can't afford to do so, I understand, but if you would like and share the video and spread the word, I would really appreciate that too. Thanks for watching.